Okay, Scotland have been defeated by Ireland 22 points to 13, and Ireland fully deserved the win. Scotland weren't good enough. Plain and simple. Although Scotland did take the lead with Laidlaw's penalty after 6 minutes, that was after considerable pressure. And they had all the ball. And Ireland, didn't concede a try. They conceded a penalty, didn't concede a try. They were solid in defence. There was a few cracks appearing, but they kept putting the tackles in. They were making up for last week against England where they weren't physical enough. And then they responded with two quick-fire tries. So within 10 minutes, Scotland had gone from leading to losing. And Conor Murray's try, support the kicker, support the ball chase, support the tackler. Always support, your player. If he's kicked ahead and chased, you support that chase. If there's a kick deep, you all run up in a line. Same with support the ball carrier, much like Keith Earls' try. It doesn't matter if a guy breaks the line or kicks ahead. You can't do it with a one-man show. You need 2 or 3 or 4. That's a team try, that is. And the left-hand side for Ireland was having a lot of joy in the first half against Scotland. However, Johnny Sexton gets hurt, misses the conversion. But Jacob Stockdale's try, even though Sexton is not 100%, he draws the defender. He's willing to take a big hit, opens the space for Stockdale. Stockdale goes through the gap, scores under the post. And Stockdale involved with both tries. And Conor Murray has to convert. Sexton has to go off injured. Stuart Hogg's gone off injured for Scotland with it looks like a shoulder or an upper arm injury. And Blair Kinghorn comes on. Now Blair Kinghorn, ball in hand, looks threatening. But in defence and kicking, he does it less. In attack, some of Scotland's young backs are very exciting. In defence, I'm not 100% sold on some of them yet. But Sam Johnson's try comes from a Carberry intercept. Yes, Ireland are adjusting to having Joey Carberry on. Much like Finn Russell, he's more of a flair fly half, more creative. We'll try and break the line. We'll give missed passes, and that is an intercept, and that is a try by Sam Johnson. And a conversion by Laidlaw, but Scotland had to rely on an Irish mistake to get the try. They couldn't get the try with their expansive play that they're obsessing about, because they're not patient enough, and we'll get to the drop ball later on. Now, Ireland stabilised under Carberry. It took them a little while to adjust to the change of tactics and the change of fly half, and Scotland took advantage of that. But Ireland are still going in ahead at half-time. Scotland are chasing the game. And I think it suits Scotland when they are ahead and the opposition are chasing the game. It doesn't suit them when they're chasing the game. They need to be in the lead and have the opposition open up and be a bit more expansive and lose the ball, not the other way around. Half-time comes, it's 12-10. Second half starts, Carberry's settled down now, Ireland have settled down, and Carberry's break for Keith Earls' try shouldn't happen. That's poor tackling and poor physicality. A small fly half like that should not break a double tackle by 2 back row forwards. That is embarrassing by the Scottish pack, but it does show that Joey Carberry has a good core strength and is, for a smaller man, I think he's smaller than Sexton, he's quite a physical little player. And again, Keith Earls maintains his line on the wing. The Scottish backline defence with Blair Kinghorn and Maitland. Maitland has to make a decision. Does he go in and help Blair Kinghorn make the tackle on Carberry, or does he hold and mark Keith Earls? He goes in and makes the tackle. Carberry gives the pass. Earls scores a very good try, and Carberry converts. Great play. That's something that Scotland would like to do. But Scotland were chasing the game, and they were leaving a lot of space behind. The handling errors aren't helping, and they're giving Ireland free ball, basically. Missed tackles don't help either, and that is only on 55 minutes. Back row forwards should not be blowing at that time, not in the modern game. Laidlaw's penalties are the only point in the second half for Scotland. Carberry responded to the penalty a few minutes later, and after 68 minutes, the scoring is done. It's an arm wrestle, and Scotland aren't suited to the arm wrestle. They're set up for expansive play. They've got a smaller forward pack, a more mobile forward pack. They're not set up for the arm wrestle. Ireland are. And Scotland don't look as competent chasing the game. We saw this against Wales in the autumn internationals at the Doddy Weir test. Scotland could not break down the Welsh defence, and they conceded 3 tries to 1. And this was an exact carbon copy of their game against Wales in the autumn. When they were chasing the game, they had all this ball, couldn't do anything with it. They're better off when they get an early lead and the opposition has to chase the game. Like Italy last week, Scotland got the early lead, kept piling on the points. Italy had to become more expansive and chase the game. Space was there. But the last 15 minutes against Italy, they had made a lot of changes, including Laidlaw going off. They lost direction completely. A lot of penalties against, a lot of handling errors. Exactly the same thing happened in the second half today. And the handling errors is what's killed Scotland. 16-7. If you want to play expansive, flowing, flair rugby, you've got to catch the ball. If you can't do a basic, you don't deserve to win. I could have done the penalty count as well as the note of the day, but I went with the handling errors because that was a stat that really stood out, is how bad Scotland were at looking after the ball. You can't expect to win a game if you can't catch the ball first phase. It's a no-brainer. A lot of drop ball. Lots of drop ball. And they looked leaderless in the second half and listless and directionless. They were chasing the game, and the space wasn't there for them to play their expansive style. They don't seem to have a plan B when the game is structured and tight and they're behind. And their plan A doesn't work when, again, they're chasing a game. They need the space to be there because they need to be in front to win playing expansively. And with this unstructured attack, they need to get more than just a penalty. They need to get a try or a couple of tries quickly. Now, when Sam Johnson scored, they had a chance with Carberry coming on for Sexton to take advantage of a change of tactics and change of structure in Ireland's backline, and they didn't do enough of it. Yes, Carberry gives a missed pass and he gets intercepted, and that's a great bit of reading of the game by Scotland. But sadly, they didn't take advantage of that wobble with Ireland when Sexton went off injured. They just did not. And they didn't take advantage of all the possession they had early on. They only got a penalty out of it. They could have had several opportunities to score penalties earlier and get the line out driving more earlier. And yeah, Ireland just reset the defence. And Ireland really stood up today. They took on the defeat from England with a passion. They said, we're not going to lose similar again. They didn't. They were more physical. They had to make a lot of changes because of injury, but those changes who came in played really well. And they stood up to the Scottish attack and repelled them. And they really put in a defensive shift. And they fully deserved to win today because they looked after the ball better. They gave away less penalties. And they had a plan B. When Carberry comes on, it took them a while, but they adjusted to it. And Carberry played very well in the second half. He is the real deal. He's a great backup to have to Sexton. And you could play them both at the same time. You could play Sexton or Carberry at inside centre and the other at fly half. It gives Ireland more options. And I don't think Scotland adapted to the change in style from Ireland. They had a brief period, they took advantage of it, but then they couldn't carry on that momentum, and really, the young, inexperienced fly half that Joey Carberry is, they didn't put him under enough pressure, and in the second half, he came into his own and turned the game on its head in a brief spell when he broke the line. But there we go, Ireland deservedly beat Scotland. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously now we've got Italy-Wales. Could we have another surprise result? Because Scotland at home are, known to be very good in the Six Nations. That breaks that consecutive win streak at home. They haven't had that broken for a while. They were on a record-winning win streak at home. That's gone. Can Italy do the same against Wales, where they upset the apple cart? We shall see. But thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.